Hello everyone, welcome to UFT live training. And today we'll start with very basics of UFT. Okay, because many of the people here are very new to UFT and this tool. So we'll start with from very scratch and we'll see each and every concept. Okay, so let me go back to this uh, my UFT. So what I did, team, I started this UFT. Okay, once it is installation is done, you can start. Okay, using a desktop icon or from the uh, here you can go and you can choose HP software and HP Unified Functional Testing. You can click and it will get started. So before proceeding, I would like to just explain what some things we see on the home screen. Okay, so here is you can see this is menu bar, team. Okay, and we'll get different options from the this menu bar. We'll see, and below that there is a toolbar, team. Okay, where you can see new, open, and other things as well. We'll explore these things. Okay, below this there is a solution explorer, team. Okay, this solution explorer what it will have if you create any new test. Okay, so it will place under this. Okay, so all over your means your project, your tests, all will be there here only. Okay, so it will be a tree view. Okay, hierarchy. There will be a project there. Under that you can create test. Okay, all right. So this is how you can where you will see your test and projects. And this is your home screen, team. This is your home screen, and it tells about different things what's new in UFT. You can read it out here, and different links. Okay, you can explore these things. If I go below the this one home screen, there are different things: data. Okay, active screen, output. So I will not let confuse you, because I will, if I tell everything right now, it may you may confuse. So what I'll do, I will close this start page. Okay, that is not required, but I just closed. What we can do is I can go to new. Okay, and I can create one solution. Okay, or if you want, you can just create a new test. Okay, or you can go to file, you can go to new, you can create a new test. Okay, so both options are there. All right, there will be different view. If you want, you can select from here. There will be one resources menu bar which shows which displays object repository manager. We'll see what is this object repository manager and what it does. Okay, so this is ALM connection. If you want to uh, QTP to connect with your ALM, previously it was known as quality center. Okay, so you can connect and tools. There are different options we can choose from here. Okay, so let me create one test, team. Okay, so when you click on test, new test, it will open one window. Okay, new test window. Okay, so there I will get different options, team. Okay, I will get GUI test, GUI test, that is graphical user interface. That is what we uh, generally we test manually or even this tool. Okay, below that you will find API testing. Okay, so currently we will not focus on API testing. That is a different story altogether. We'll mainly focus on GUI test. Okay, below that uh, BPT, business process test, and again there is a business process flow. So these options we get, but currently we have to focus mainly this graphical user interface test. Okay, because we want to test our application. Okay, web application. All right, below that I have to provide a name for this test what we are going to create. So I can say uh, project 1. Okay, I would say project 1, test 1. Okay, I'll rename like this. And below that it gives option where you want to save this. Okay, where you want to save this test. Okay, so what I will do, team, by default it gives me some location, but I will not choose that. What I will do is i I have created one folder for this March batch. Okay, and I will place here all those files. I will place here and I'll upload to uh, in Google Drive what we discussed yesterday, what I have created yesterday. Okay, and so that you can access from there anytime if you want. So we have given name, what name we want to give for this test. We have given the location where we want to save this test, and here if we want to give solution name you can provide here. Otherwise uh, you can keep it blank, or by default UFT will provide some name there. Okay, so what I will say, project 1 and March 7. Okay, this batch or what I can do is I can give name is solution name as a March 7 batch. Okay, and all the our test will be created under this. Okay, create directory for the solution. Okay, so if I choose, it will create one folder. Okay, under this folder what we have selected, batch March 7 2016, it will create one directory March 7, and under that it will create all your test. Okay, whatever you will see, whatever you will save. Okay, so if I click create, it will create all the whatever the options we have selected. I will show you. If you click cancel, all your changes will be lost. Okay, so let me click create. Let me see if you have any questions. What is the difference between test and solution? Okay, a very good question. Actually, test is basically where we go and we can record or we can create our scripts. Basically solution is like under that there will be a different there can be different projects, there can be different test under this solution, so it is easily manageable. Okay, it is easily manageable. So this is the new feature HP has introduced in UFT. Before 11.5 this was not here, so we have we can directly create in test. Okay, so just to manage structure of our process. Okay, we can see solution March 7. Under that we have created one project. Okay, this is main is our test. Okay, project 1 test 1 is a main test what we have created. uh, okay, I think the same question two people ask, so I hope I answered. And now I'll explain. Once you create a team, once you create your first test, you can see one action here. Okay, I will explain. By default, any uh, test in your UFT will have one action one. Okay, so this is by default. You don't create, but one by default action one will be created, and it depends on you how you want to proceed. You want to proceed with actions, so you can create, you can different actions here like action 1, action 2, action 3 you can create. And you can so we'll talk about on these action and functions or more in detail, but currently just for letting you know, you can divide your logical like you have your test. Okay, so there will be login, there will be data entry, there will be log out. So you can divide your uh, logical steps in actions. Like action 1 will be you can say for it will log in into the application, action 2 will perform the data entry, and action 3 will do log out. Okay, and close the application. So these actions basically it will help us to structure our test. Okay, but currently we'll not focus on this. Okay, uh, what we have done, we have created one project, one test, and it created by default one action one. On this right hand side on the screen you can see graphical uh, flow. Okay, so basically UFT has introduced this new feature. Okay, so whatever you will create. Okay, you have action 1, so we can see action 1 here. If you, as I said, if you create more actions, this will automatically draw one flow here, and you can play around this. Okay, but currently we should not focus on this because we have some other things to do. We'll come back and see how we can play around this. But if you want to go, you can directly go to here, action 1 team. Okay, or if you want to go, you can directly double click here on this. Okay, and it will take you to action 1. Okay, so this is graphical data flow, means this diagram UFT has introduced, and we'll see in coming sessions how we can utilize this. All right, team. Now we have to see how QTP works. Okay, so let me for this, let me explain you some points. Okay, uh, like I human being, if I go on road and if I see a car. Okay, if I see a car, uh, what I remember after suppose car went off. Okay, it's gone. So what I remember about the car? Okay, I remember the name. Okay, I remember the name, I remember color, I remember suppose brand. Okay, so these some of the features I know about that car. Okay, in the same way, if I will perform some manual steps in recording mode, okay, on this UFT will remember these kind of some properties. Okay, so suppose one text box is here. Okay, and if I record, so UFT will remember some points. Okay, like its object name, object different properties, like human how we have remember. Okay, so that even if that car will come some after suppose 1 hour or maybe one day after, you will remember that after seeing that color, that name, that brand, or that number plate, that you realized, oh, I have seen this. Okay, so same uh, in the same way, actually UFT also remembers its objects. So once you record, okay, currently we are only talking about record team, so we'll let you know what is record and replay, but we can play around with many different options, but currently we are talking about how we can record, and how QTP will identify when you replay back that script. Okay, so in the same way, how you remember about that car, UFT will also remember about the objects, properties, objects, uh, name. Okay, different things it will remember, and based on that, if that object, you will run the script. If that object present on your application, QTP will try to uh, match with whatever in object repository. So for the people who are very beginner, let me explain you what is object repository. Okay, object repository is something is like a database, okay, which stores object. It is not database, don't confuse, it is not database, but it is similar to that, which stores objects. Whatever you will record or whatever you will add, okay, in this object repository, those objects will be utilized while replace your script. Okay, and QTP will remember, it will compare with these objects in object repository with the object in your application. All right, so this way UFT remembers objects and identify objects. Do you have any question on this team? Okay, or are we good here? Okay, so now what I will do, I will come on these topics, don't worry team, but let me uh, let me open Internet Explorer, and what I will do is I have chosen one application. Okay, that is uh, a mortgage calculator. Let me close this team, and okay, and I will open this. All right, so I have opened this one application, that is Wells Fargo mortgage rate and payment calculator, and so everybody is with me, right, team? Because I don't see any responses, so please interact in between if you have any question. Okay, all right, team. Now, if I go, so these things you have remembered, team. You have to open UFT first. Okay, then you go and open your application, open Internet Explorer, and then your open your URL. Otherwise, you will face like QTP or UFT will not identify objects. Okay. All right. So, uh, as I said, I will explain step by step, you guys. So, if you go here, okay, on the toolbar team, this is a man with hat. Okay, that icon with hat and goggles is a object spy. All right. What is object spy team? Okay, object spy actually help us lot to figure out what. See, by seeing the your application, you can't see what are the property name, what is the object name. Okay, those you can't see directly. Either you right click and there will be some tools. Okay, you can see the source code and view source. Something is there on I, or there is some other tools so that you can see the what is different properties of that object. Okay, like we have in Selenium like Firebug, Firepath, so that really help us to identify that elements. But here uh, we will not use any inbuilt tool with I, okay, which gives you properties and different kind of things. But we will utilize here this object spy team. Okay, this object spy what it does, if you click here and if you choose application on your an object on your application, it will tells you that what are the properties, or if object spy is able to identify that object or not. If it is able to identify, that's good. You can see the properties, you can see the hierarchy. But if it is not able to identify, it means there is some issue, so that UFT is not able to identify that object. Okay, so if your object spy is not able to identify, it means if you uh, record, it may your script will not be generated here. Okay, what happens if you record? So every manual steps will be recorded in this editor. Okay, we'll see how it is generate the script. But if UFT is this object spy is not able to identify the object, it means if you record, your script will be not generated automatically here, team. All right, so make sure your object spy is able to identify objects. So let me click on this option. It will opens one window. Okay, uh, with name object spy. This is your one hand sign. This button is there. Okay, we have to click on this hand sign button. We have to click. See what it tooltip says. Use the pointing hand to select an object. You can press and different options, but I just clicked on hand pointer button. Okay, it will come to your application if your application is already open. So that's why I opened the application. Okay, if I go to this input box, that is a text box. Okay, what it shows, team? It shows object hierarchy, browser, page, web edit. Okay, and below that it display properties and values. If I go to different text box, it will show a different property for that. Suppose I went to first one, this is a drop down list, so it will show the property of that web list. Okay, and its hierarchy. If I go to this button, it will show me that object is a web button type and what are the different properties. Okay, so let me click on this text box, team. If I click, it will, here you can see that object hierarchy. Okay, so how objects are placed on your application is, first there is a browser. Okay, then there will be a page. On that page there will be objects. Okay, in the same way we have browser, okay, with some name. Then on that browser we have one page, and on that page we have one object that is called home value, and it is of type text box, that is we call web edit. All right, and if you come here, this portion will display you different properties related to that object. So once you click on that web edit home value in this object spy window, it will display you different uh, properties of that object. So if I scroll down, see, HTML ID is home value, HTML tag is input. So these are different kind of properties we generally utilize in our script. Okay, and see, name is home value. All right, and there will be a lot of other information as well. But main property what we should look for: HTML ID, HTML tag. Okay, we should look for name. So these are some properties we always look for. Okay, these are some mandatory properties to identify any element. Now on the side of that pointing hand button, you will see a different options. Okay, highlight in application. So if I click, it will highlight that object on your application. It means uh, you are able to identify that means if it UFT will not able to identify, it will throw error. Okay, so highlight, what it does, it will say that yes, this is the correct uh, object. Okay, below beside that there is one button, add to object repository. Okay, will see in coming sessions, but will not see today. And another, copy the identification properties to clipboard. This is one also a new feature UFT has introduced. You can copy properties to clipboard and you can utilize. Okay, all right, team. What else we can see here? If I click on some properties, it displays your selections, your descriptions and all. Okay, so let me close. It means we are able to identify objects. Okay, now if I go and click, uh, do you have any question, team, on this, or are we clear on object spy part? Okay, so if we are good at this point, we are able to identify objects through object spy. What I can do, if you see this red circle button here on the menu bar, sorry, toolbar, you can use this to record your manual steps. Okay, whatever manual steps you will perform, you this UFT will record once you click here. Okay, and beside that you will see one another button, that is triangle kind of button is there. Okay, so this is to run your recorded script, or if you write your script, you can also click this to run that script. Okay, but currently what we will do, we'll see how we can record using this red circle button, and then how we can replay that using this triangle button. This option will be visible when you create one test. Before that, it will be not there, or it may be disabled. All right. Okay, let me go back to uh, questions. If you have any question, I'm not sure which one. Okay. There is one question. Is it only for web-based applications? I'm not sure which one you are talking about, UFT or you are talking about Object Spy. See, UFT basically we can use for window applications, web-based applications. Okay, so it will be identify both window and web-based applications. And the same way, whatever we are doing here, in the same way we can do for window-based applications. Currently, we are taking one web application and we are doing a different things. Same thing you can play with window-based applications as well. There is one question: native and identification. Can you please give the difference in Objectify? Okay, we'll see. Uh, how do we practice this? Can we give us some practice work? See, whatever I will do in these sessions, okay, if you go back, if you go through the videos, whatever we have done in this these sessions, so you can go and back and try to do from yourself. Okay, same thing, just try to do it yourself. It may be with same application or maybe with some other application. Okay, just play around that this UFT. So this way it will give a start and you will get interest to learn different things. All right. So what I will do, let me erase this. And there was one question. So if I click native, okay, there are different things. Okay, I will not talk about this because if I'll talk about these things, because many people don't know about other part of the story. Okay, so it's better to come and slowly we'll take these topics and explain. Currently we should focus on the object and object properties. Okay, there is also operations. See, there are a lot of things. So we'll tell we'll tell these things, team, don't worry what you are seeing here, because if I'll tell, you might not be remember these things in so basically many people are here who are very beginners, so I will tell step by step, so it will be help you to learn things. Okay, all right. So now I will just click this record button here, team. It will open one window that is called record and run settings. Okay, and we have a two different option: record and run on any open browser. Okay, so what it says, if there is already any application is open, any browser is open, like this we have opened one browser, okay, one mortgage calculator. If it is open, go record, okay, directly. Second option is open the following when recording or running. All right. So what it says is I can choose a browser from here. Okay. Local browser or HP Mobile Center. There are different things are here, but will not focus on this. I can provide URL here. Okay. And on the application which we want to perform something, I can give the URL here. If I have chosen the second option, QTP UFT will open, and it you can perform different user actions. The different other thing is browser. Okay, see currently it will this is also a new feature UFT has introduced, team. You can select the browser, on which browser you want to record, okay, and you want to replay. So you can choose all those things. You can choose browser here. Because why they give browser option here, team? Because UFT new version supports Chrome, Firefox, Safari. Okay, so if it is installed on your system, you'll get, I hope you will get these options. Okay, this is also a new feature. Okay, so we'll not see this, we'll not go through this second option, we'll go through the first option. Okay, same way, if you are working with Windows application, same things you can do, like record and run test on any open window based application. The same kind of whatever the option available for web, uh, we also have for Windows applications. All right, I will click apply, and I will click OK. Now, if you see, there is one window, team, which shows recording your test name. Okay. Now I have to go to our application, and this window shows that we are currently recording user actions. So if I select from this purchase, I will enter some values here. Okay. If I go to second, down payment, okay, I will enter some values, and I will click calculate. Okay, it it throws one error. Please correct the highlighted entries. Okay, I need to select state and country. Okay, if I click calculate, what happened? Okay, yeah. Let me go back to my okay. So let me go back to my UFT window, and I can see a different lines of code has been generated. Do you see, guys? Whatever I have done on the applications, everything has been uh, recorded here. Each line of the code represents what I have done. I have clicked, I have entered some value, okay, then I have clicked and I have entered some values, then I click calculate button, then I selected state and country. Whatever I have done, all those things got recorded here. Currently it is in still in recording mode. I can stop or I can pause here. Okay, so I will stop this. Okay, I guess I have clicked two times on calculate button. Let me delete this, and okay, let me save this script. So did you see, guys, means whatever user actions I have performed here on this application, it recorded all those values. Okay, and if I go back and I refresh that page, let me erase all these things because these are already entered. So I will erase this so that it should select whatever value we have selected. Okay, so I made the application like it was looking like before. Now if I go and run this, okay, let's see what it does. Now if you click on run, it will open one window, run window. It asks which test. Okay, so it will display your the test selected, and where do you want to save this results. Okay, if I expand this options list, I can change the result location. Okay, currently it will save in our uh, test, where the test folder is. It will create one uh, result one, res one. It will create one folder. It will place all your uh, execution files there. Okay, it will place the results file there. And if you don't want to save on this your test, you can save to some temporary location. All right, it you can select this one, and it will save on this location then in temp folder. Okay, but currently we'll choose the first option, and I'll click run. Okay, now what it does, it will go to that application. It will select all those values, it will enter, and it is done. Okay, you will see the uh, result. It is passed or failed. Okay, on this window, if there is a green mark, it will say that your test is passed, there was no error. Okay, and if you see a red cross mark here, it means your test is failed. All right, it also displays other information like execution time, duration, many things it displays here. Okay, if I click show more, it will display different options, means your about your environment. Okay, but we'll not going through this right now. So this way actually you can record and replay. But team, this is the first and last time we are recording anything. From the next session, what we'll do, uh, we will see how we can write a script from our own. We will not utilize this recorded script anymore. All right, but you must be curious. If I recorded, where are the objects? Okay, which I told you earlier that QTP stores, and then it identify those objects when you replay back. All right, so if you go to resources, there will be you can see different options: team, object repository manager, and other options as well. You will see this, but click on object repository. Okay, it will open one window which will display whatever you have recorded. Okay, whatever the actions you have performed on the objects like web list, text boxes. Okay, everything you will find here. See, this is the browser name, the first one. How you can identify, let me explain. First, if you click on the very first object, it says which class. This is browser, and this is the name of that browser title. Okay, and here you can see different properties. Okay, UFT has utilized to identify those recorded objects. So once you record, your objects will be added here. Okay, and you can click on any particular uh, object in this window, like on this. So it will say it is a page, and it will display the properties of that. If I click to calculate, it will say which kind of object is this. Class is web button, name is calculate, and different properties. Okay, did you see? Can you see team here? Type is button, name is calculate, HTML tag is input. So this way you can see different object properties here. Okay, so this is where UFT stores your objects once you record. Okay, we'll see in coming sessions how we can add objects directly in this object repository and how we can utilize. Okay, so I will not talk more on this. And so today we saw how we can identify elements, how we can uh, record and replay. Okay, there was one question: what is this? If we I replayed back that what you call uh, that test. Okay, and it gave one uh, res 1. Actually, UFT has created one folder where it will save all your execution report. Okay, and at later point if you want to see these results you can open. Okay, so that's what this folder will have. Let me explain you whatever we have created. I have created this solution name as March 7. Okay, on my local drive. So this was created by UFT. I haven't created this. Okay, if I go inside, this is our test what we have created under that solution March 7, and this is the solution file. It saves some files. Okay, under that if you go you will see different things team: action 0, action 1, and different things. Let me explain you. uh, your script will be under action 1. If you go here you will see different option teams. So if you go here your script will be here. So if I open with, do we have notepad? Yes we have. See, our script whatever we have recorded it stores under action 1. Okay, so you can see all your script here. So your uh, action 1 will store your script. Okay, we'll talk about these what is these, what default values, default CFG, USB, different options are here. Will not go in detail today. All right, so I'm done for today team. Do you have any question for me? Team, do you have any question for me, or are we good? Okay, there is one question: how will UFT identify if there are multiple browsers open during replay? That very good question. I can say you should have only one browser open during recording or replay. Okay, so it is advisable to only one browser should be open there. Okay, close other browsers. All right, so that's it for today team. Thank you for joining today, and uh, we'll see when we can get started with live batches, means others, day 3. Okay, we are done with day 1 demo sessions, day 1 and day 2, and will the next schedule will be sent to you when we will started. All right, there is one more question before I will adjourn this session. How object repository is used in real project? Can you give an example? So what we do, we in object repository we can add objects manually from our application. We can give proper names, logical names according to our application. Okay, and while writing your script, you can utilize those objects stored in object repository to write your script. We'll see how we can do that. Okay. I hope I answered your question. All right, team. Thank you for joining today. Thank you so much. And we'll meet when will be the next schedule. So, thank you, team. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.